It comes after an announcement on Wednesday that the head of state's trip to Northern Ireland was cancelled after doctors' orders to rest. Buckingham Palace insisted Her Majesty was in good spirits following preliminary investigations during her hospital visit. Her admittance is understood not to have been related to coronavirus. A palace source said that the overnight stay was for practical reasons and the Queen was working on Thursday afternoon, undertaking light duties. Many royal fans took to social media to extend well wishes for the monarch and wish her a speedy recovery. However, the Daily Mail TMS royal commentator Richard Eden blasted fans of the Sussexes for posts they shared while the sovereign spent a night in hospital. Mr. Eden said he had seen fans trolling, and tweeted one fan TMS account as an example. Taking to Twitter, Mr. Eden shared screenshots of tweets from the account at the Madam Duchess, which discussed shopping for a coffin for the monarch. He wrote, "There are some disgusting posts about the Queen from Harry and Meghan fans." Royal. The screenshot he shared shows two tweets, and the first reads, "BRB im shopping for coffins for the Queen" alongside a meme of someone walking quickly into the distance. The second post from the same account reads, "Don't worry Queen, I got you at Royal Family. Which one do you want now? Stainless steel, mahogany, oak." It was coupled with screenshots from a coffin website. Mr. Eden wasn't the only one who was unimpressed by the tweets, as many other users blasted the account for being disgraceful and disgusting. Rolene Marks, a keynote speaker and commentator on Israel and the Middle East, tweeted from her account at Roll Marks to say, "This is disgraceful. Have they been reported to the authorities?" At Taxa12060811 added, "I have no words for the lack of humanity it would take to post something like that about another human." While at Rebel Troop blasted the fans as an absolute disgrace, and many others said they had reported the original tweets. Prior to the monarch TMS night in hospital, Her Majesty has undertaken an impressive 14 engagements over the last 3 weeks. The latest saw the head of state host a major global investment summit at Windsor Castle on Tuesday evening. The Queen was joined by her heirs the Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cambridge at the reception. The guest list boasted leading figures of innovation including Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and US climate envoy John Kerry. In recent weeks the monarch, who celebrates her Platinum Jubilee marking 70 years on the throne in 2022, has been seen using a walking stick. She was first pictured using the walking stick in public when she attended a service marking the centenary of the Royal British Legion. The Queen was seen using it during appearances at both Westminster Abbey and the Senedd, Cardiff, but not during Tuesday TMS Global Investment Summit. Duchess of Sussex has written an open letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senator Chuck Schumer calling for paid leave for all parents. Meghan said she is not an elected official nor is she a politician, but an engaged citizen and a parent. She said millions of women have dropped out of the American workforce to care for their children and loved ones, and the pandemic has exposed long-existing fault lines in our communities. She wrote, "The working mom or parent is facing the conflict of being present or being paid. The sacrifice of either comes at a great cost." The letter comes as Meghan and Prince Harry begin to return to public engagements after the birth of their daughter Lilibet in June. The Duchess recalled being overjoyed and overwhelmed by young Lily, and admitted that many parents are and TMT afforded the luxury of being able to spend those first few critical months with their baby, instead being forced back to work by financial necessity. The US has no paid parental leave system at present, although President Joe Biden has pledged to introduce it. While Meghan has insisted she is not a politician, her letter is a break from royal tradition in that it comes down firmly on one side of a political debate. The Duchess has been tipped to move into politics in the future, with some even positing that she may one day run for president. Tom Bauer, who is currently writing a biography of the Duchess, wrote in The Sun earlier this year that running for president is surely the next step for Meghan. In a piece celebrating Meghan TM's 40th birthday earlier this summer, Mr. Bauer wrote, "Once Harry has finished promoting his books, will Meghan launch her own global campaign to engage in the swirling muck of American politics? Just as she seduced the royal family, will she tempt California TMS power brokers to promote her own political ambitions to the Senate and possibly beyond, via her friendship with America TMS Vice President Kamala Harris and the Obamas?" However, he did note Meghan TM's thin skin to criticism, likely referring to her response to critical press coverage. He said, "Although her political rhetoric is skeletal and her skin is thin to criticism, surely that is the next step on her crusade for goodness. Criticism is an inherent part of politics, as politicians throw dirt at each other and with the public willing to castigate politicians for any decision they disagree with. Those going into politics therefore have to be aware that this is an unfortunate reality for lawmakers." However, Meghan would not be the first Hollywood star to make the jump from actor to politician in the US. Fellow Hollywood stars Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ronald Reagan have ventured into politics before her. Mr. Schwarzenegger served as the 38th governor of California, while Mr. Reagan was president from 1981 until 1989. Mr. Bauer suggested Meghan would have little difficulty being nominated as one of California TM's 40 congressmen sent to Washington, owing to the support she would have from Democrat godfathers the Clintons and the Obamas. If successful for 2 terms, a mere 4 years, he said Meghan could then run for one of California TM's 2 Senate seats, or run for the state TMS governorship. After a decade, which Mr. Bauer described as the prime of a politician TMS life, she could feasibly justify a bid to be the Democratic nomination for the presidency. Mr. Bauer wrote, "To get that prize will require a lot of learning, endless travel, and an iron constitution to survive exhausting political meetings and defeat the critics. Meghan certainly has the guts and self-belief to fight to the top of the greasy pole. The question is whether she has the stamina." When asked about the possibility of Meghan running for president in 2024, Donald Trump said he hopes it happens. He said, "If that happened, I think I would have an even stronger feeling toward running. I am not a fan of Meghan." Meghan and Harry TM's appearance on the front cover of Time magazine last month drew comparisons with a 2016 edition of the magazine, which featured former President Barack Obama. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams told The Sun last month that the cover made it very, very clear that politics was on the couple TM's mind. He said, "I think there is absolutely no doubt that if they made the cover, it TMS not about what they TMV achieved, but what they could achieve." While not stretching as far as saying she could be heading for the White House, Mr. Fitzwilliams said, "I think it makes total sense that becoming a political figure would certainly be on the cards. UTM re-looking at Congress or maybe even the Senate, she TMS only 40 so there TMS plenty of time." He added, "I think Meghan and politics are going to be synonymous at a certain point." Queen has cancelled a trip to Northern Ireland and has reluctantly accepted medical advice to rest for the next few days, Buckingham Palace said. The 95-year-old monarch is said to be in good spirits but disappointed not to be able to carry out the 2-day trip, which was due to begin on Wednesday. Royal expert Angela Levin has dismissed fears that the monarch could be ill and insisted that she blossoms with a busy schedule. Asked if the Queen is in good health, Ms. Levin told GB News, "I don't know, I'm sure they wouldn't tell us until it got quite bad. She does look haunched, doesn't she? She looks as though she's bending over a lot more. She is a bit wobbly on her legs and we know it's not drink because she's given up alcohol. She's very strong, she's stoic. If she's got lots to do she blossoms. It's a good lesson to us all. She takes a lot on board. She's still riding her horse, I think. That's a positive way of living, there's a lot you can take from her. She won't let bad things get her down." The Queen has had a busy few days and hosted a major global investment summit at Windsor Castle on Tuesday evening. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "The Queen has reluctantly accepted medical advice to rest for the next few days. Her Majesty is in good spirits and is disappointed that she will no longer be able to visit Northern Ireland, where she had been due to undertake a series of engagements today and tomorrow. The Queen sends her warmest good wishes to the people of Northern Ireland and looks forward to visiting in the future. The Queen's decision is understood not to be related to coronavirus. Don't miss at the weekend. She enjoyed a day at the races at Ascot, and on Monday held a virtual audience with the new Governor-General of New Zealand. The Queen's husband of 73 years, the Duke of Edinburgh, died in April at the age of 99. The monarch has been pictured out and about at the Royal Windsor Horse Show and Ascot in the months since, and still enjoys riding her own ponies. Last week, she used a walking stick for what is believed to be the first time at a major public event when she attended a service marking the centenary of the Royal British Legion.